Mi 11 Lite is the latest addition to Xiaomi's Mi 11 series, which already includes Mi 11X, Mi 11X Pro and also the Mi 11 Ultra. It is the most affordable of all these smartphones but also has different qualities. The other three smartphones in this series flaunt powerful specifications and hardware, while the Mi 11 Lite focuses on style and looks. It has a modest 4250 mAh battery, uses an old Qualcomm Snapdragon 732G processor, lacks 5G support and also ditches the 3.5mm headphone jack. The price still starts at Rs 21,999. So is the Mi 11 Lite worth buying at that price? Should you even consider it in this segment? Well, I'll try to explain in this video. You're watching India Today Tech. I am Anas Tiwari and this is a review of the Mi 11 Lite. The Mi 11 Lite is priced similar to Xiaomi's own Redmi Note 10 Pro Max, and it also competes against the OnePlus Nord CE and also the iQOO Z3. But before we go into the review, let me remind you once again, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to India Today Tech. Also hit the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any updates from our side. Let's start with the biggest highlight of Mi 11 Lite, its design. In Mi 11 Lite, Xiaomi has probably come up with its most good-looking smartphone in India till date. The device gives close competition to Vivo's V and X series smartphones for the most handsome looking phone in the market. I don't remember the last time I held a smartphone which was this sleek and lightweight. The Mi 11 Lite is just 6.8mm thick and weighs around 157 grams. Xiaomi has talked a lot about Mi 11 Lite's slimness leading up to its launch, but for me what actually made the difference is the extra grams that this phone actually shed. This makes a real difference in your daily usage and in-hand feel. Now it is also important to set your expectations right. The Mi 11 Lite is a slim but not a compact smartphone. The display is still quite tall, because of which you don't feel any difference in terms of size or reachability. In fact, the smartphone feels even taller because of its slimness. The beautiful design is complemented by some good color options: Jazz Blue, Tuscany Coral and Vinyl Black. I have the Tuscany color variant for review and it looks absolutely stunning. The rear panel does not catch any fingerprint smudges on this color variant, and those who prefer glossy back finishes can opt for the black color variant. Xiaomi has used a side-mounted fingerprint scanner on this phone despite using an OLED display, but that was also the case with the more premium Mi 11X smartphones. The power and volume buttons are on the right, Type-C USB port and SIM tray at the bottom, and an IR blaster on the top. Now one downside of this slim form factor is that Xiaomi could not fit a 3.5mm headphone jack on the Mi 11 Lite. The good thing though is that you still get a 3.5mm to Type-C connector inside the retail box. Also you get very good high resolution speakers that are quite loud. Xiaomi has kept things pretty good on the front as well. You get a 6.43-inch AMOLED display with 90Hz refresh rate, 240Hz touch sampling rate and Corning Gorilla Glass 5 protection. This is a 10-bit panel which is also HDR10 certified. Both Redmi Note 10 Pro Max and iQOO Z3 offer a 120Hz refresh rate panel at the same price. The Poco X3 Pro also comes with a 120Hz LCD panel in the same segment. All of them may be a better choice for gaming enthusiasts, but Mi 11 Lite is probably the best in this segment when it comes to streaming content. The display offers excellent contrast, brightness levels and dynamic range. The colors also look really good. I compared the display to that of the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max and the difference was clear to see. The Redmi Note 10 Pro Max offers saturated colors while the Mi 11 Lite has a more natural output. The Mi 11 Lite can be easily used under the sunlight, but the panel is reflective, so you will have to cut the angles. There is nothing exceptional on the camera front, at least on paper. You get a triple rear camera module which includes a 64 megapixel main camera, an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle sensor and also a 5 megapixel tele macro sensor. On the front, you get a 16 megapixel selfie shooter. The camera app has a lot of options for photography enthusiasts. These are usual options like photo, video, portrait and night modes. Xiaomi has also equipped the Mi 11 Lite with 23 director modes for vloggers and users who like shooting videos on the phone. These include sky replacement, clone, parallax, director mode, 4K video, slow motion, vlog and more. The colors and detailing were very impressive. The images from the main camera were sharp. The images have ample amount of lighting and the subjects appeared quite sharp as well. You can see the close-up shot of the figurine where there is good separation between the subject and the background. The skin tones are well controlled. You can zoom into my image and clearly see my beard strands. The background is slightly washed out but passable for the price point. The portrait shots were also good, but the colors were slightly saturated. The problem is more evident in the close shots, while wider images still have decent color accuracy. The colors are toned down and close to how the buildings looked in real. You can zoom in and see that most subjects in the frame, including the bench, windows and leaves, all retain some details. The same goes for the ultra-wide shots. Most images are impressive and start losing details only when you zoom in. The macro lens on Mi 11 Lite deserves a huge shout out and probably a review of its own. I have said this before and I'm going to say it again. It is probably the most improved feature on Xiaomi smartphones in 2021. It has a super fast autofocus and unparalleled ability to retain details. Even with my otherwise shaky hands, I managed to take some stunning macro images that you can see in the image samples. The front camera does a decent job too. The selfies are sharp, skin tones remain natural. There is hardly any smoothing and plenty of features to choose from. You can also take selfies in the portrait mode. The camera setup supports up to 4K video recording at 30 frames per second. The video quality is just fine for casual shooting and social media posts. This is the part where you really have to make the decision. The Mi 11 Lite does not come with the most powerful processor in this segment. The iQOO Z3 certainly has a better Snapdragon 768G chipset, while the Poco X3 Pro comes with even a more powerful Qualcomm Snapdragon 860 processor. On this one, what you get is the Snapdragon 732G chip, which we have already seen on the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max earlier this year, and I talked about the performance in detail in that review, so you can check that out on our channel. Here what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch upon the other performance aspects of the Mi 11 Lite. It's a good enough processor for daily use, can handle multitasking and other usual stuff pretty seamlessly. Switching between the apps is also a treat thanks to the 90Hz display. However, the chipset has its limitations when it comes to gaming, so don't expect it to run heavy-duty titles for fun. Also, it's a slightly old processor, which means that you don't get 5G support on the Mi 11 Lite. It should be fine for most buyers, but if that's your priority, you can consider the iQOO Z3 or the OnePlus Nord CE 5G. The Mi 11 Lite comes in two variants. The first one is with 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage, and it costs Rs 21,999, while the 8GB RAM variant with same storage costs 23,999 in India. And the storage on both these smartphones can actually be expanded using a micro SD card. I had the 8GB RAM variant for review, which I used to play few games like Call of Duty Mobile, Asphalt 9 and Gangster 4, largely at medium graphic preset. They ran fine with some rare drop in frame rates in COD. The phone does tend to warm a little while gaming. I also noticed the same while using the camera app for a longer duration. The review unit I have was running MIUI 12.0.3 on top of Android 11, while a MIUI 12.0.4 update was already waiting to be downloaded. The software experience is similar to other Xiaomi smartphones. Now I know that a lot of smartphone makers in the last few years have come up with smartphones that pack 6000 or even 7000 mAh batteries, but if you look at the recent trend, even most of them have gone back to 5000 or even 4500 mAh battery packs, and I'm throwing all this information at you just to make you understand that while the 4250 mAh battery on the Mi 11 Lite may sound modest, it's not that bad either, especially given the current fast charging standards that we have. You should be able to get about a day's battery life from the Mi 11 Lite on most days. Also, Xiaomi is shipping this phone with a 33-watt fast charger, which is quite fast as well. Mi 11 Lite is a brave attempt from Xiaomi to enter a category that it has not flirted with in the past. It is a bold and beautiful smartphone which has its own unique identity, and mark my words, if this phone is actually successful, it can be a trendsetter for Android smartphone makers who otherwise run after specs and hardware and do not focus on the user experience as much. The in-hand feel of the phone, design, its display and camera performance are all absolutely brilliant. Yes, the processor and the battery life leave you asking for more, and if that's your priority, and also if you're looking for a phone that supports 5G network, then you should definitely consider the iQOO Z3 and also the OnePlus Nord CE 5G. Now, 3 things that we loved about this phone. First has to be its absolutely gorgeous design. The phone looks stunning. Second is that it's extremely lightweight, and third has to be the macro camera, which was truly the standout of all the other among all the lenses for me. Now, 3 things that we did not like about this phone. The performance is quite average, to be honest. The battery life could have been better. I know I said it's not bad, but then it's not even great. And third thing is, of course, the lack of a 3.5mm headphone jack, which no matter what we say, all of us still want. So our rating, India Today Tech's rating for Mi 11 Lite is 8 out of 10. Now, if you found this video useful, if you liked our content, and if you're new to our channel, please subscribe to India Today Tech. Also hit the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any updates from our side. And I have something special for you guys as well. We'll soon be putting out a video where we'll compare Mi 11 Lite's camera with the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max. A lot of people have been asking us this question, so I think you will get a better idea about the camera performance of both these smartphones, hopefully this week itself. Thank you for joining.